So by now you probably picked up one of these valley quail calls and you're wondering, how the heck do I use it? It's a really easy tool to use. It's very underutilized. I don't know why more quail hunters don't use them. This call can be used for both valley quail and Gambel's quail. There are many variations of this stick quail call design. You can find a few online. You can find them at Bass Pro Shops, so they're pretty cheap and they're readily available as well. So again, this call could be used for valley quail and your Gambel's quail. The sound that we're trying to mimic, it's basically an assembly call, and this assembly call is basically used to either locate birds when you're out scouting or when you're out hunting and you bust up a covey and you're trying to call in singles. This works great. And again, this works both on valley quail and Gambel's quail. The way that I hold the stick, the quail call rather, is with my middle finger and the inside of my palm, the ball of my thumb there. I'm just kind of pressing up against there. So the call sounds somewhat like Chicago, and the cadence is usually a set of 3, so it's Chicago, Chicago, Chicago. I try to emphasize on the Chicago, so make sure it's a 3-syllable call. So it sounds something like this. You'll see there, Chicago, Chicago, Chicago. There it goes again. I'll go ahead and try that on a chamber call. This is just a variation of the stick call. It utilizes a chamber that helps it resonate a little more. I tend to like these a little better. It's a little easier to blow on as well. It takes a lot less effort in the diaphragm. So here it goes. You'll see the sound difference on this. This sounds a little more, I would say, natural, and it resonates just a little more. So here it goes again. Chicago. And you'll play around with the cadence and just variations of the assembly call. Here's a bit of a variation. There it goes again. And that's basically how you do an assembly call. These calls are great. A lot of the stick calls, they do utilize a rubber band, so this does get a little loose from time. They do get brittle, so they do need to be replaced after a while. It usually takes me a couple of weeks to kind of blow through them. So again, Valley's Quail call. Chicago. The more time you spend out there in the field and you're testing these out, you know, if you're lucky enough, like myself, to live by some coveys, like out in the park or on your hiking trails, you know, it's great to bring one of these along and just practice, listen to the birds and just try to mimic them as best as possible. So this is your quick tutorial on how to call quail. Let's do it one more time. Chicago. So that's it. Hope that works well for you guys.